this week, I asked my roundtable clients, I asked coaching clients, and I even asked quite a few friends, what has 2020 taught you as a leader? What has 2020 taught you as a leader? Now, I've got a bucket load of different answers, ranging from, when every door closes, there's an opportunity. Patience, how quickly I can pivot. I can roll with the punches. The unknown is okay. Yes, we can. Connection, relationships, community. If you're watching today, whether watching live or on replay, my question for you is, what have you learnt from 2020 as a leader, as a person? Not what have you learnt in business, but what have you learnt as a leader or as a person? Pop it in the comments below, whether you're watching live or on replay, anytime during the show. That is the question I'd love you to answer. Good morning, Susie. Good morning, Jason. Great having you guys on board. And a very Merry Christmas to everybody. This is the last JT in the Raw for 2020. And so I wanted to think about today, the entire year. Some people at this time are thinking, shit, I am so glad 2020 is over. Others are thinking, shit, I'm not so glad 2020 is over. There are people that have looked back at this year and have gone, the glass is half full and the glass is half empty. Yes, it's been a challenging year. But it was interesting, yesterday I spoke with one client at a roundtable meeting, and she actually said 2020 has been one of my best years ever because it's taught me so much about myself. And I think that's a key point. And that is the point of today's show, is to self-reflect at this time of year on the year. Yes, there's been some shitty times. Yes, there continues to be shitty times for us all around the world. Mike Anderson, g'day, I see you over there in New York, have had a massive snowstorm, so it doesn't end for you at all. But the reality is, yes, Amanda Brax, Mira, good morning, we have grown as individuals. And now is the time I want you to self-reflect on what have you learnt about yourself this year. What has 2020 taught you as a leader? A leader of your family, a leader of your sporting team, a leader of your business. What has it taught you about yourself? For me, perhaps one of the important things that I've learned, I'm going to say three things, but they all string together. First thing that I've learned this year is exactly how important relationships are. How important it is to have a relationship with people, whether that relationship is via email, phone call, Zoom calls, whatever the case may be. Relationships and connecting with people has been really important. But I want to take that further, because what 2020, I already knew the relationships were important. But what 2020 taught me is actually how important communities were. Not just being able to have a relationship one-on-one with people, but being able to form a community. From the outside looking in, businesses, whether they were a cafe, whether they were a gym, whether they were an allied health professional, businesses that had strong communities going into 2020 are coming out of 2020 stronger than ever because of the strength of that community, because they have a community, because of that bond that they have, that common bond, whether that be a sporting club bond, whether that be a similarity in what we love and enjoy as a hobby bond, or whether it is a business bond. What I've seen is the communities that were strong at the beginning of the year are even stronger now at the end of the year. That's what 2020 has taught me. Now I want to go even further. As we come out of this crazy-ass year, what 2020 has taught me, that as a species, a human being, as a species, what is critical to us as human beings is true connection. Belly to belly, face to face. No matter what we go through, you cannot beat getting face to face with someone. Now at the moment we have to be 1.5 meters or 6 feet from them. That's okay. We can do that. But when we are that, we have to be physically distant. But what 2020 has taught me is there's a very there's a huge cavern. There's a huge difference between socially distant and physically distant. Physically distant we need to be. Socially distant we do not. And what this year has taught me is exactly how important it is to be able to connect with people face to face. Last week, I was fortunate enough to be able to fly to Melbourne and spend some time seeing some clients in Melbourne. And one client said to me, I can't believe you've actually come to visit us. You're our first supplier who's come to visit us. And I went, well, we're not actually you're not one of my clients yet. I'm hoping you'll be a client. He goes, we are a client of yours as of now because you've come to see us. And for me, that was a really important turning point, and that's where the lesson was learned. Just how important it is for us to truly connect with people face to face, belly to belly. So my learnings, what's 2020 taught me? Relationships, we've got to continue them. But we have to deepen those relationships and we have to connect people because community is really important to us. Whether that's our social community, our sporting community, or even our business, our community. And then to take that even further, that no matter what happens, no matter how good this technology gets, that we can FaceTime, that we can Zoom, that we can Microsoft Teams, that we can whatever, no matter how good that gets, you cannot beat getting socially close to people, yet staying physically distant. So if you're watching live or on replay, feel free to post in the comments below what 2020 has taught you. Now, what really is important to me for you guys is this, that as you self-reflect, as you think back what 2020 has taught you, is that you take those learnings and you use them moving forward. You see, that's what great leaders do. That's what great human beings do. That's what great parents do. That's what great people do, is that we take the learnings and then we implement them into our lives. There is no question that in 2021, there is still going to be curveballs thrown at us. 2022, there's still going to be curveballs. 2028, 2030, there will still be curveballs that are thrown at us. What you learn this year will make you stronger every time those curveballs are thrown at you. So this is my wish for you, my Christmas wish for you, is that you take what you've learned this year and you don't forget that when the challenges arise next year. That you use what you've learned this year forever. That will make you a stronger leader and a stronger human being. Morning, Eugene. Good morning, Jody. Great having everybody on board this morning. So my challenge for you is that. It's exactly that. It's to use what you've learnt this year. Use it next year. Use it as part of your makeup as a leader. Do not write off 2020. That's the catchphrase. Let's just write off 2020 and start again. No. No, do not write 2020 off. Take what you've learned in 2020 about yourself as that parent, as that sporting captain, as that leader of a department or a team or a business. Take what you've learned and use that as part of your genetic makeup as a leader moving forward. That's my wish for you, but that is also my challenge for you. If you're up for that challenge, whether you're watching live or on replay, hit me with a love heart right now. I want to see that. And again, as I say, love you to post in the comments below what has 2020 taught you? And what are you going to take as that learning into 2021? While I'm here, I want to say a huge thank you to everybody who watches and tunes into JTInTheRaw every single week. I know Susie watches it regularly. Braxy, I know you jump on regularly. Thank you. I really appreciate everybody jumping on board. It means a lot to me. LBL, I know you watch on a regular basis, so good morning to you down in Melbourne. Tinny, good morning to you. I really appreciate everybody that tunes in, who shares the show, who makes comments, and who engages. I do this to try and help you in some way, little shape or form, that you can learn from the mistakes that I made, or learn from the conversations that I have with people throughout the week. I like to chew the thin, and I really hope it helps you, and I'm grateful that people share, like, and engage with the show, so thank you. Of course, next Friday is Christmas. So have a very, very Merry Christmas to you and your family. I hope it is a safe one. I hope you get time with your loved ones wherever they are. I hope they get home, Jody. Hopefully they get home. If not, Jody, send them to our place on Christmas Day. We're happy to look after any orphans from Western Australia that can't get home. But please, have a very safe, amazing Christmas. I won't be here on Christmas Day. So you're going to get a week off from JTInTheRaw. And then the following is, of course, New Year. So I won't worry you at 8 o'clock in the morning when you've got a hangover. So I will see you in 2 weeks. It's the longest break I think I've had from JTInTheRaw in just a few, in whatever, 2-3 years of doing this. So have a great break. Have an awesome time with your family. Don't set too many New Year's resolutions that you can't achieve. But I will look forward to seeing you in 2021. And I can't wait to hear from all of you in the comments below. What has 2020 taught you? And in other words, what are you taking through into 2021 as one of your new leadership traits? If you got any value out of the show, as always, please hit the share button. Please hit the like button. Get the message out. Let's make 2020 a year of learning to make 2021 a year even better. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and I will catch you on the flip side.